Okay, so this is going to be the rest of the lesson 7.3 video. I already did the video showing you how to do the transformations. So this is going to be problems 4 through 8 is what this is going to be over. So what you're going to do on these problems is you're going to need to take a problem in exponential form and change it to logarithmic form, and then vice versa, logarithmic to exponential. So let's talk about how we know how to do that. So if you remember back when we did functions and you had to do the inverse of a function. So we had the function, we had that function, and when we do the inverse, we would replace that function notation with our y. And then to do the inverse, you swap your x and your y. Well, so now what we have is we have the y here is the logarithm of x. So the way we say this is the inverse, and I'm gonna change that 2 to the letter that we just kind of use for all numbers that could be there. So if I have the inverse of my original was the y equals 2x, I'm gonna now say 2 to the x power. Y equals b to the x. B now represents any base that could be there. And then now the inverse is that, and that means y is the logarithm of x. So we use this to put our problems in exponent. This would be your exponential form, and then you'll want to change it to logarithmic form, logarithmic form. So this is our exponential, or you can have the b to the y first. It doesn't matter which way. Usually you'll see it like that, and then we change it over to the logarithmic form, which is going to look like this. It's going to be it can be y equals the log of base b and then of x. Y equals the log of base b of x. And then again, it can be the other way around, which is probably the way you'll see it a lot. So either way. So that's what we're doing. We're going from exponential to logarithmic or vice versa, okay? So let's get to a couple problems. So remember, this is going to cover problems 4 through 8. So the first one, we're going to do every problem on 4 through 8. You have to do both things. So it'll give you a problem that makes you do exponential to logs, and then it'll give you a problem that makes you do logs to exponential. Every problem has two answers to it. So this one's going to be exponential. We're going to look at that first. Exponential form. This is going to go to log form. So it's going to start like this. 6 to the first power equals 6. So I'll remind you what everything is. This 6 is your base. That's your b. That 1 is your y. This 6 is your x. So now we need it in log form. So in log form, remember, that's this one. Log of base b of x equals y. So now you take all these pieces and now you put it in log form. So it's going to be log b. So you go over here, b was the 6. So that's going to be the little number like a subscript there below log. X, go over here, x was this 6, equals y was the 1. And that is your answer. That's what you'll put in to your answer on that one. So that's now in logarithmic form. Okay, so now we're going to do one. I'll change my sheet. We're going to do one that's going to go log form to exponential form. So this one's going to start in log form. It's going to go to exponential form. Okay, so it's going to start log of base 4, or log with a base 4 of 1 over 64 equals -3. So remember what all that is. I'm gonna write that underneath. That's log, you have your b is your base, x is that number, and then y is that number. So that's just the little helpful guide to help you know what everything is. And then we're gonna go to exponential form, and the exponential form is b base to the y power equals x. So remember, find everything over here. So b over here was the 4. That was in the place of b. So that's gonna be 4 now, there. It's gonna be big now. So then y is this number, the -3. So that's gonna be your exponent. And then x is your, the fraction here on that one. And that is your answer in exponential form. Okay, so we're gonna do one real quickly. Another one, I'm not gonna write everything out so much. So this one's gonna be just another example. We're going 5 to the -2nd power equals 1 over 25. We're going, remember that's exponential form, we're going to log form, okay? So remember, b is the base, so it's gonna go log subscript 5 for the base, and then x is the next number here. X is gonna be what this one equals, so 1 over 25 equals, and then y is the exponent. And that is your answer to that one. This one is exponential to log. So now we're gonna go log, so we're gonna do a log of base 2, 16 equals 4. So now we're gonna go to exponential form. So remember, 2 is the base, that's the b, so that goes here, that's your base of your exponent. And then 4 is your y, and now that's your exponent. And then it equals your x, which is your, which was your number here. And so that's your answer on that one. So that's just another example. But that's how they're all gonna be on this one. They're gonna be 2 problems on each one that you'll have to answer. And one will be exponential that you'll have to go to log, and one will be log that you have to go to exponential. Okay, so that concludes lesson 7.3.